Hey, Gundam Maniacs. Good morning or afternoon, or I guess it could be any time really if you're watching this. But for the people that are live, it is Thanksgiving. So if you happen to be here right now, maybe you're just chilling before everything happens, like Tyler Lucas. Morning. Yeah, Tyler Lucas. Already here.
Morning. Good morning.
And it's always up in the air if we're gonna do a stream or not. But if I have an hour I can carve out to talk Gundam, sure, why not? So
Yeah, I mean, the turkey's got to go for like 4 more, right?
that's
So
exactly. I think you could even build a Gunpla at that time too.
probably so. Probably so.
Anyway, I am your host, Adam Blue. And joining me, as always, Steven of Midnight Hatter. How's it going, man?
Good, good. I'm happy to be the resident crazy uncle at today's dinner table.
Oh, there
And
you
if you
go.
hear me, I'll get a couple drinks in and start talking about Space Noid independence. Just roll with it.
Man, once that's a political topic, that would be hilarious and scary.
Can you imagine Xeon Daikun though, like the Thanksgiving dinners that they were probably having on side 3, and he's just like, "You guys, what you don't understand is," they're all just like, "Oh, Uncle Xeon, you."
Yeah, that's a good one. That I feel like that could be an SNL skit or something. But
Yeah.
hey, Jim Kellogg, good to see you. Happy Thanksgiving to you too.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving, guys.
Yeah, a little later today, this evening, I'll have family come by, and we're just gonna chill. Not too many people, but just enough to kind of chill and be thankful. What about you? Anything?
Yeah, yeah, gonna visit, my brother-in-law and his family, do
Oh,
do the whole thing over there.
cool.
My wife's she's currently putting together this big fancy, like, vegetable tray that looks like a turkey,
Oh,
so,
yeah, nice. Okay, that's
yeah.
hey. Well, is there any turkey there, or is that just the veggie option?
That's just gonna be like, hors d'oeuvres,
Oh
something to
yeah,
snack on.
but a
Um,
themed one, like
yeah,
a that's actually pretty good.
presentation's everything. That's
Yeah, no, that's actually pretty good. No, no, but today, a thing that I usually do on Thanksgivings is, or during that break, and I call it a break because I remember that's when I would have break from school, and then it was break uh, for my brother and sister, my younger brother and sister, when I would be working, and then I'd take time off, and then now with my kids, and so it's always still been a break for me, and I'd always play video games. I think it
yeah.
in the past 10 to 15 years, it's been like Assassin's Creed, Call of Duty time. Like they were the big releases during this time.
Yeah.
And this year it's been a bit different. Like I, I think I'm just catching up on stuff. I mean, we had a bunch of big releases earlier, so I'll be playing like Spider-Man 2.
Yeah,
So
and with, like, the Game Awards having just happened, I think everyone is probably gonna be buying video games for Christmas, and, like, they'll obviously, their decisions are going to be
oh,
swayed by,
by the
whatever was the game of the year,
I don't think
nominee.
the awards happened, but the nominations were they announced, like,
The
the
Oh, yeah, the
main
not
top na and it's funny because they're all sequels, and they're all these big they're all games that have $1,000,000 marketing budgets.
right.
That's, like, when you can kinda understand where the nominations come from, which I try not to make that a big deal because they have every right to do it that way. I mean,
Yeah.
it's just
But, it's funny because, like you said, there's these multi-million dollar marketing budgets, and it blows my mind because I recently was going back and playing Code Fairy, and I
oh,
beat
cool.
one of the chapters, and I sat through the credits, and it was like it's over an hour long of the credits,
Wow.
and, maybe there's, like, maybe a handful of people in animation, handful of people that do, like, the actual programming, but it's just tons and tons and tons of, like, marketing directors. There was, like, 2 social media managers, plus a marketing director, plus, like, a social campaign content manager. I'm like, "Well, this is where all your money's going." Like, no wonder these poor
Yeah.
devs are just sitting there like.
Yeah,
It
and it's
reminds me of
funny.
that meme from Coraline, the the dad sitting at the computer like.
Oh, yeah. No, exactly, and that's a good point because, like, I bet when a game is being, uh, released by a big name publisher, there are too many people that don't understand the difference between the game's perceived value and the marketing they have to put into it. So that
Exactly.
could mean they are overspending or underspending. Um,
Yeah, and like I said, that was for Code Fairy.
yeah,
Like, so you can only imagine, what it's like for a game like Spider-Man or
Assassin's Creed. Yeah,
Assassin's Creed,
exactly.
Tears of the Kingdom.
Oh yeah, but yeah. So yeah, good point. That's been the main games that have been nominated, just these sequels. But for okay, so if you guys know, like as Steve and I talk about Gundam video games. He will tend to bring up how one of his favorites was Gundam for Zeta Gundam, and I never tried it, but I've played those versus games, or so I thought. So I was like, oh well, I know what it is. But he just said the right things on the last stream, wasn't it? Yeah, like a week ago
Yeah,
we were
yeah, it
talking.
was last week we were talking about PS2. Well,
Yeah,
yeah, because
that's right.
we were doing all of the
The
ranked.
yeah, the bracket on my stream. I forgot about that.
Yeah, I'm still thinking that, that some of those titles got snubbed for GBO2. I think
Yeah,
GBO2 stole
it's
it.
a tough one. It's a tough
GBO2 is
one.
the AAA extra heavy marketing budget
Yeah,
title.
exactly. And so I then after that stream later in the day, I was like, you know what, I gotta play this. So I got the emulator and tried out the Gun for Zeta Gundam, and I was surprised how fun it is. It seems like a more scaled back, a more reasonably Gundam versus type title because it is sort of that arena arcade, you know, it's not like you're fighting a whole bunch of mobile suits. It's more to the one-on-one, even though it could be 2 or 3, but, um, though playing it, I was like, "Okay, I could feel the difference with this and Versus." Like,
Yeah.
it and the mission structure, and it's playing the Zeta soundtrack, and I love it.
So many bops. Like, I love how the Zeta soundtrack in particular has, like, these fat bass lines, and I think I only
Yes.
started appreciating that when I played this game was, you got the, like, "Bow, bow, 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 bow,
Yeah.
bow." Oh, there's
Yeah. That's something that sticks out with Zeta is the bass lines that they have throughout. But, before we get started, real quick, just an update on, Sieg New York. Xonic Shadow sent me the Red Rider, finally got it completed. Just the build, though,
nice.
I'm gonna detail it next and do a video breakdown, but one of the main things that came out just looking at this is appreciating the proportion of how this looks as a mech. I don't know
Yeah.
what it is. The proportions are just perfect. I
There's
don't know.
something about that Rider series that just I
Yeah.
mean, it's like the optimal GM, right?
Yeah,
Um,
exactly.
and I'm glad you mentioned Zeonic Shadow because I am actually sporting a Zeonic Shadow gift myself here.
Oh,
Just something to be thankful for, right? On
that
on today.
exactly.
And of course, it's like right when I finish building the Bound Dock, he's got another kit lined up for us. So
Oh, I know. That's gonna be awesome. I think a lot of people are gonna think that's really cool when we
heck
talk
yeah.
about that.
So thank you, Zeonic Shadow.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
definitely.
Great friend of both of our channels. So
And then so you brought up something I think is good to get into before we get started with the game, and that is being thankful, you know?
yeah.
Yeah, thankful for I mean, I know we could say the supporters, we have a lot of the same supporters.
Yes,
They've
absolutely.
allowed us to continue this. I can't believe how consistent we've been meeting twice a week for I don't know how long now. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, so this is what episode 123 of
Yeah.
the Gundam Explained show. I think Midnight Hatter Live is up to about 103. So
Wow. That
yeah,
is
we've been doing it for at least that's like almost 2 years, right? Because
yeah.
52 weeks.
Yeah.
There you
Yeah,
go.
and that's what's crazy. I think it's good. I think we've honed in on that skill set
Yeah,
and even like if we think about your stream yesterday, like what we get out of these discussions that I don't think normally would just come up randomly, the
yeah,
food talk.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful to our mutual supporters and individual supporters. Thank you guys so much. You make this fun. And you know what? Like I'm one of those people that like obviously when you want to go around the room and say what you're thankful for, everyone always says like family, friends,
Yeah.
supporters, all of that good stuff, health, wealth, all that sort of thing. But one of those like gratitude exercises is writing down something that you're grateful for every day,
Oh, yeah.
and you can't no repeats, right? So what happens is, like, when you get to, like, the 2nd week, you run out of those things, like my wife, my kids, my friends,
Yeah,
family, and then you start getting really thankful for really obscure things, and you realize just how wonderfully, like, blessed you are in life, right?
good
So
way
I
to
wanna
put it.
say today that I am especially grateful for curiosity, because curiosity is one of those things that, I'm a very curious person, I know you are as well, and I
Oh, not the Mars rover. Okay.
Oh, yeah, not the Mars rover. Yes,
Keep going.
but that curiosity killed the cat, the Mars rover killing the cat meme, that was a funny one. But no, curiosity,
Yeah.
as a concept, because it really has e I think that our mutual audiences and you and I both have this ongoing lifelong studenthood, right? And that's how we get those conversations like we had yesterday. Is it's the curiosity to ask questions and to dive into these sort of topics that you know most people are going to just live their lives and never think about the significance of a gunpla, or something like that. So
Yeah.
I really appreciate curiosity, and I appreciate the curiosity of our audience here that are enjoying hearing us talk about games and talk about Gundam.
Yeah, about our curiosities that we sometimes think are obscure. And shout out Rogue, New Type, Zonic Shadow, Starry Ash, joining in the chat.
Yeah, happy
Good to see you
Thanksgiving,
guys.
guys.
Yeah, thankful that you're here. And I don't think I've made it super official. I've been talking about it a little bit, but it's now super official and something I'm thankful for. Next week, I'll be at Bandai's offices in California to get some
Ooh,
latest scoop on some Gundam stuff. Hopefully, depending on what they allow, I can get some cool content to maybe do a video of me hanging out at the Bandai offices with some of their Gundam staff there. So that's really exciting. I feel like for me, what I've been trying to do with this channel, that's like at what I was hoping. One, they're giving me free Gundam games. Awesome. Now they're inviting me to their office. I'm going to try to use that to get you guys as much cool exclusive Gundam content as possible.
that is awesome.
It is super awesome. I'm
Yeah,
excited.
if you can
Thanks.
pry out some of those Gundam-based tour locations so that we can figure out where we
Yes,
can.
that is going to happen for sure. I can't wait. If anybody hears when they release the other dates and locations for that, let me
Oh,
know
yeah.
because I'm gonna. Yeah, we got to plan somehow to make use of that.
Yeah,
Um.
absolutely.
Okay, so you know what? Let's just dive into it. Let's
Yes,
dive
yes, I'm
into
so
it.
excited for today because, like I said, this is hands down probably my favorite Gundam video game, so I'm so thankful that you're getting to experience this now.
No, I am, and that's what I was thinking too. It's like I wanted to play this with your expertise nearby, so you can kind of help. So I'm gonna do a couple things. I'm gonna turn on the audio, but if it needs to be adjusted, let me know. I am doing the universal century mode, which I think is what I should do, right?
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
absolutely.
that's what I
So
thought because it has that sort of guided campaign.
yeah, so that's I think one of the standout features of this game, because obviously you've seen, just watching the loading screen and stuff, you see that it has some arcadey content to it, right? Because you have an
Yeah,
arcade mode and you have like a leaderboard that's published in there. You can totally see this being like a cabinet in an arcade.
yeah, and
But
that's an interesting point too because I think a lot of times we see that in video games and kind of just ignore it. And it's kind of interesting because, like, the new Mario game, they decided to forego the timer. That's sort of like an arcade
interesting,
thing. Yeah.
yeah.
All right. I'm 1% complete.
1%, not
1%.
bad.
All right.
Now,
So,
I
oh,
was gonna say, don't be fooled by the percentage because it actually does go up to 300%.
oh, wow. Okay. So, this is what I did so far. I was just going along these missions here. Um, do you suggest that I just follow the Camille campaign? Should I skip around?
It's up to you, because I mean, there's so much to unlock, and I think that for the purposes of stream, maybe we just stick with the Camille campaign.
Cool. Let's do it.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I'm using the Xbox Core controller, and like
Nice.
it feels great, like a modern game. That's what's crazy about it. Okay. I'm on this screen. Doesn't seem like okay. MS Tune. Would there be any reason for me to do some MS tuning right now?
Typically, I would say no. I only started tuning mobile suits when it started getting more difficult.
Ah, yeah,
And
that makes sense.
as you unlock more mobile suits, you might want to save your tuning points
Oh, for
for.
certain ones.
Yeah.
So it lets me choose, beam rifle or hyper bazooka. I've just been going beam rifle. Have you noticed there's a reason to switch from one or another? It's all preference.
Yeah, definitely play style. The bazooka has like that instant knockdown, but less
Fire
less
rate.
ammunition.
Yeah.
Whereas
I'll go.
the Gundam Mark II beam rifle is the best because it reloads. You don't have to wait for it to recharge, which is pretty cool.
So awaken type. I haven't even really even
Yeah,
looked into it.
I'm kind of boring. I always use recover because that one's automatic. You don't have to actually activate it. It's whenever you hit 0 armor points, it just gives you like a free 100 armor points to use.
That's good for
Um,
now.
I will say that what happens is typically your wingman's going to get shot down before you do, and so your wingman's going to get the get the
Ah,
recover.
okay.
But that might not be a bad thing for this mission.
So one thing, yeah, the music slaps. Like this is the
Oh, it's
Zeta
so good.
music. Ah, just okay. I love to. This is not super fast paced. Like, and
No.
the Mark II isn't walking; it's thrusting, which is cool. So anyway, that high Zach is stuck. Okay.
Yeah, as is typical of all Gundam games, the AI is not the brightest. Very nice. Dispatched him very well. I love the little, like, finishing flourish animations of the melee attacks, like your
Yeah,
combo.
that's something that's carried through to versus. I know at least. Okay, so what's the best way to boost around? It just seems you don't.
So you can double tap, a
When I do it,
direction
it
to
makes me jump.
well, if you double tap a direction, like double tap left or right, it will.
Hmm. Oh, I see.
Which
On the stick itself.
yeah, yeah.
Hold on. Oh, I see. And it seems to be just a limited
So, yeah, it does pull from your thrust when you are, because I think if you double tap and hold it, does it make you go faster or no?
for a
It just
little
has
bit and
a
then it
temporary
stops,
boost. Yeah.
which I don't know if that's me emulating it and it's not. It seems to be just like a way to quickly get around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's gonna be your quick dodge.
Okay. Oh, hold on. Oh.
Uh-oh. That's the sad music. I think that means Roberto was shot down, which is
Oh.
canon in the story, right?
Okay. So would one thing be I try to do this mission again and try to not let him die? Is it?
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So and that's one of the coolest things, right, is because you can't unlock that playing as Roberto, but when you're playing as Camille, you can unlock Roberto's, you know, alternate timeline where he doesn't get killed here.
Okay. So I guess I'm curious from earlier on the missions I was playing when it unlocked those things below, were those just default unlocks that happen, or did I maybe accidentally do something,
So
either
those
right or
ones,
wrong?
yeah, the when you unlock a whole new character, that just typically that's just going to happen when you first encounter that character.
Ah,
So for Camille, you unlock Quattro by meeting Quattro.
and nothing here. Okay, so it says ally units lost. Okay, 2 allies. So that's like a way to kind of figure out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, getting to a normal mission.
Yeah, here's where it starts getting tough, right?
And Amuro's my partner, so he shouldn't die. You would think.
Fingers crossed. You unlock the dark timeline. And again, interesting that it kind of sticks with the story, right? So
Yeah,
even though Amuro did never pilot a Rick Diaz, they don't give him a DJ in Hong Kong because the DJ
there, yeah, yeah.
wasn't there yet. So
You know what I loved when this mission started out, and I was barely able to see in the background it in its transformed mode going behind a building.
yeah, that's pretty awesome. Now, thing to remember about when the Psycho Gundam is in its mobile armor form, it is impervious to beam weaponry
Ah,
because
okay.
it sets up its eye field. So
That yeah, that's always the thing. The eye fields.
I love the little particle effect when you do swipe at them, and it's like there's little parts of mobile suit chipping off.
Oh, I didn't notice that. Let me try to. Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, it's all right. So yeah, RB. Let's see, LB left trigger. Oh, just also shoots the beam. Any other moves that I should be
So it's one
utilizing?
of the right triggers is a special melee attack. With the Mark II, I think it's a double beam saber attack. It'll deploy both beam sabers. I forget which trigger it is. Oh
Yeah,
yeah, destructible environments. Very cool.
yeah. Right trigger does a beam attack, a beam
Oh
saber
yeah,
attack,
there you
but
go.
not double.
That was a sweet little combo though, with the leg sweep.
Yeah, I like the way that. Yeah,
But
that
yeah,
is
these
pretty
boss
cool.
missions are tough when you have to fight like a single mobile armor, especially when you have like the nagging Hyzax and Galbaldis attacking you.
Huh.
And then I think one of your triggers is the sub weapon, right? So your Vulcans.
Yep. Yeah, RB. Oh, out of ammo completely.
Oh man. So it looks, man, yeah, that is. It doesn't even look like it's resetting.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh,
there
there we
we go.
go. Yeah,
I guess I have to manually reload sometimes.
I think you get like a certain number of clips with the Mark II. So it's like you get like 2 reloads and then you have to wait for it to recharge. Still not quite the same ammo management as like 0081 though, right?
Right. Yeah, it seems to almost still be like traditional action game before like because a lot of Gundam games do it where like certain weapons or certain buttons and it although in this Y is the melee in a lot of games Y or triangle is melee.
Yeah. Yeah, and I like that because you can set up some cool combos. Oh, there you go. You unlock the Zeta Gundam.
Ah, okay. So I guess
Now that means you can go back and you can play other missions using
with
the Zeta Gundam.
oh sweet. And I guess when I'm seeing it like the level and it's showing Zetagum, that means that's where I unlocked it pretty much.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
And it I guess it's more as it's as long oh yeah, so I can choose here. Yeah. As long as I beat it, I get it.
Yeah, yeah. For that one, it's like just beating the level will.
Okay. Yeah, this is probably one of those where yeah, I'll just go through it and beat it, and then I might have to look up, okay, what missions have the secondary objectives or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and I mean, some of them are pretty obvious. Hey, what's going on,
Oh,
Barry? Good to see you in chat. So
oh,
yeah, I mean, some of them are pretty obvious because there's like, you always hear the sad music whenever one of your allies is shot down or something.
okay.
And based on the story, there's story beats um that are kind of giveaways, right? So like when you're playing the New York mission as Shar, obviously if you don't let Garma die, then it unlocks the Garma lives scenario.
Oh, so will that? after I beat these like Zeta missions, it will unlock 0079 missions.
Oh yeah, spoiler.
That's awesome. And it has the music from the original.
It does,
Oh,
yeah. So
that's
and
great.
again, that's just part of the charm of this game, right? Is like as you're playing through it, and then as you know, when bosses appear, you'll get like the boss music. So like if you're playing as Amuro and Char comes in, you're gonna get the Gallant Char theme song
Ah, that's
playing and
I
stuff
like
like
that.
that.
Oh,
But yes, very correct. It does take a long time to unlock the gallery, especially because this is one of the first games that I know of, or one of the first games that I played that has, you know, loot box mentality where you unlock points, right, to unlock things from the gallery, but you know, everything is given to you randomly. It's like you can open a mobile suit box and it will randomly give you a mobile suit.
I see.
So it becomes very difficult the more you get to get the things that you're missing. But the gallery mode's fun because you can look at all of the mobile suits, you can preview their transformations and stuff. Gives you the breakdown of their stats.
Have you seen any assets from this game that are still used today or in other popular Gundam games?
No, not that I know of, which is kind of a shame because, like, as you can see, the textures in this game are still really good.
Yeah. Man, that guy just does not want to die, but I don't blame him. What the?
Yeah, that's another way to unlock stuff. So, like, there's when unlock alternate paths, I should say. So, like, for instance, you know, you can unlock the Roberto lives path by saving Roberto, but you can also unlock other paths by taking out enemies when they try to escape.
Ah, like just then that guy
Yeah,
ran
so, like,
off.
if you beat certain enemies within a certain time limit, obviously that changes how things happen,
Okay,
which
that's
then
cool.
becomes kind of a challenge in itself. Like, I always
Yeah.
love those types of missions where it's like, you know, you're not supposed to necessarily beat the boss in the time allotted, but you challenge yourself to do it anyway.
Ah, okay. Okay, there we go.
Nicely done.
Cool. There's a little bit of, at least so far, where I don't really have to think, like I'm listening to you and I'm able to just play it. And but I'm sure it gets a little more difficult.
Oh, yeah. See, and this is always fun. You get to see your, you know, your accuracy and your evasion. Um, well done not losing any allies in that mission.
Yeah.
There we go.
Okay. So yeah, this
Unlock
is
5.
Fa's or Ayug's Fa route has appeared. Um, wait, hold on. Let me go back. Ah, okay.
So yeah, some of the story missions are just going to unlock when you get to that point in the story, but
Okay, so that wasn't anything special. That's just that point in the story.
yeah, so after being rescued by Camille, Fa
Ah,
becomes a
yeah.
pilot, which is pretty cool.
Let me wait. Does this mean I did it? Oh my gosh, I can't even. How do I know if I beat something?
um I mean, I guess the only way to really know if you've beaten it is if it continues on. Now with the white dots, those are not actually missions. They are just like a
Oh, a point in the time
yeah, just
telling me.
just a point in the
Okay.
timeline. So like for instance, if you click on the new Fa mission there, the white one, it's just going to tell you a little bit about the story and then move on to the
Ah, I see.
so there you go. You've unlocked the Methus for Fa.
Well, let me do Emma.
Yeah, that's
Okay, Rick Diaz.
I know she didn't get her Gundam Mark II yet. I guess at the time, you know, Camille was still bogarting the Mark II.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I love how they have the real type markings, even
Yeah.
though it's not like everywhere,
It's subtle markings.
All right, here's a space mission.
Oh, so Barry says the GameCube version is even cleaner looking, which is interesting. I did not know that it came out on the GameCube.
Yeah, I was gonna download the ROM, but from what I understand, it is in Japanese. It
Hmm,
wasn't localized.
that's a shame.
Unless it either is and I just got the wrong information, or there's a way to get the assets and kind of swap them. I love the background, like seeing all the what are those?
Oh yeah, like the Balutes.
Yeah, Balut or something like that. Yeah, okay. I,
It sounds weird when you say it.
yeah, another one of those things that's actually a real word, but I learned it from Gundam.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Like I always thought that Lagrange point was something that was just a Gundam
Yeah,
thing, but apparently Lagrange points are indeed real, like orbital paths, which is crazy. You know,
yeah, I
it
know.
just goes to show how much research they did when they created this series.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that the Universal Century mode is definitely something more for the consoles than the arcade cabinets. I can't imagine somebody would have let you. I would definitely put a quarter down and been like, hey, I got next.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's the thing. That's yeah, big difference with arcade. Arcades were never really about some sort of like single player experience, even if you were by yourself, it was based on an arcadey formula, get through each
Exactly.
thing. Oh, I did lose an ally there.
It happens. Sometimes it's hard to avoid. There you go. Now Emma's got the mark too.
Oh, cool.
So, and it's interesting, like, obviously there's different points where you like can't play as certain people. Like, Emma has nothing between the drop and then
Oh,
um
Hong Kong City.
yeah. Well, yeah, because I guess she was not on
Yeah.
Earth at that point. So
Okay, yeah, I'll just try Hyper Bazooka this time. So, did you say you 100%ed this game?
I 300% at this game. But yeah, no, I did end up, it took what, 11 years.
Wow.
But yeah, I did finally get the gallery complete, which,
And is it your original PS2 memory card?
yeah, the original memory card I did upgrade from the fat PS2 to the slim.
Oh, that's cool. I tell you, I want a way to like be able to universally have like a save state system, like
That'd be pretty sweet.
because I was thinking between like I have a Raspberry Pi, the ROG Ally, and then my desktop having emulators on there. I wish I could sync the saves between them all. Like, you get, and what's interesting is nowadays there's cross saves with
Yeah.
multi-platform games. So I feel like that's something that could happen and would end up becoming standard, you know.
Yeah, it's so funny, like, because obviously back then everything was like proprietary, you know, the plugs were all different, everything.
Yeah.
Now you can plug like a USB into anything. So technically, you
Yeah.
should be able to take a PS5 controller and plug it into an Xbox, right?
Yeah.
Or even worse, just Bluetooth it, right? But
Oh,
like I remember there were some wacky accessories back in the day. I had it was like a USB thumb drive, and then there was a dongle that attached to the original Xbox so that you could download stuff from your computer and put it onto your Xbox.
yeah. And what's crazy about that is I don't know if it's due to the popularity or Nintendo makes it easy, but it seems to be quicker to get modern Nintendo games emulated than Xbox or PlayStation.
Yeah, I wonder why that is. If anyone in chat knows, then yeah.
Yeah. My first thought is just because they're just that popular. Like
Yeah,
people love Nintendo games that much.
true. Very true. What's going on, Jonathan? I see you in chat here. Do you ever play Japanese PS2 games like AUG versus Titans or Lost War Chronicles? Lost War Chronicles was a lot of fun. I never went back and played AUG versus Titans because it didn't. There wasn't much point to it after playing Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, since this is like both in one, right?
Yeah, I want to play Lost War Chronicles. The Oh my gosh, the only Japanese ones I've played are like Unicorn. You know, side stories, right? Because that
Yeah,
was
side stories, 0081. So yeah, a lot of those PS3 titles.
yeah, mainly PS3. Yeah, I
Mhm.
didn't play many PS2 Gundam
Now,
games ever.
the PSP, like the mobile games, share a lot of similarity to the gameplay in this.
Yeah, yeah, I've looked. There's so many PSP and Vita games. Okay, didn't kill Sarah. She cut off my arm. It was
Okay.
cool. There was like an animation
So
and the
yeah, that's
scores.
that recoverability, which is pretty cool, right? Because it's like,
Oh, okay.
in for different units, when that recoverability kicks in, you might lose a shield, you might lose an arm. Um, for the Zeta, you end up losing a wing, and so it makes it so that you can't transform, which is pretty cool.
But you can continue the mission. So it's
Yeah,
again, they're adding this layer where it's kind of dynamic between AIs getting killed, bosses you could fight. Yeah, that's
yeah.
oh,
And
here
so
we go.
that's something that I think is missing from like the modern versus games, right? Because you do have that recoverability for some. Well, do you? No, I think you only have the assault type burst and the mobility burst.
Right. Yeah, it's just the two with the modern ones. It seems like that this recover one is lends itself to sort of the mission structure.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, this is cool.
Yeah, Barry's got it down here. So, battle tactics, battle royale, battle chronicle, battle universe, all of the
Wow.
pretty much every Gundam game has battle in the title, right?
Yeah. Battle operation too.
hmm Battle
Um
assault.
oh, oh, the action music kicking in.
Oh yeah, that's how you know. So yeah, how do you feel about the Super Gundam? Because this is one of those kind of, I don't want to say it's a gimmick suit, but it's a,
Yeah,
it
it
has,
has a very specific use case, and it's actually pretty cool.
yeah. Now of course all of the I love the homing missiles. That's always nice.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, it has that unique quirk of being like, you can't attack from like on the move. Like whenever you fire the main weapon or the missiles, like you
Yeah.
end up stationary there for a second.
Oh, I like hit him with the gun. That's funny.
Yeah, you lose the ability to use the beam saber. Um, but yeah, I think the Super Gundam and the Zeta with the Hyper Mega Launcher, I think, are best used against your big boss enemies like the Psycho Gundam, um, Psycho Mark II, the mobile armors, basically, except for the Elmeth, right? Like some of those mobile armors that are really quick are really hard to hit.
Yeah, well, even the bosses, because I don't think I killed Yazan just now. Um, unless the ally did. Let's see if
Yeah,
anyone
I didn't
else.
see it.
Yeah.
I was trying to watch the log as things were happening, but it was almost like,
Yeah.
someone was shot down. Someone was
Well,
shot down.
because he would get so it seems like the Super Gundam would be good on that because of the power, but it's slow because he was just kind of moving away from me, and so my shot couldn't get him.
Yeah, yeah. Especially when you're fighting one of those transformables like a gap plant. I think that's what Yazan was using in that.
Yeah.
Mhm,
All right. Colony drop. Let's do this.
mhm. Now, so this mission, you saw that you didn't have a named ally, but you are, just by the nature of the game, it's going to give you like someone who's with
Yeah.
you. You're not by yourself. You got this poor Nemo pilot, this red shirt.
A red shirt. Yeah, that's
Yeah, that beam rifle is pretty awesome that you can one-shot Hyzax like that.
Yeah. It that seems very Gundam-y. But
Yeah.
usually they can't do that because they want the battles to last. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, here's my chance now.
Okay. Man, it looked like you almost had him stun locked there for a second.
Yeah, I know.
But after certain types of attacks, like, if you hit someone with a full melee combo, there's some iframes that, I'm sure you've noticed that, like, when
Yeah,
the target turns yellow.
man, he is good at dodging me.
That gap lance is vicious. Now with the Zeta, I don't remember, I think it's when you double tap X or the jump button, you transform into the Wave Rider mode.
Oh, really? I'll have to. Oh my gosh. Oh.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, okay.
So he used the, recoverability, but I think it's okay. You've
And
got
I
plenty
think
of,
again, Yazan is just gone.
there we go. Barry says it's a hold jump and then double tap forward is how you transform.
Oh, look
There
at
it is.
that. Oh my gosh.
Hey, happy Thanksgiving, quarter game plays. Good to see you.
Yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Gundam gaming today. Nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah. I think it's a good way to.
we Gundam game every day.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, nice.
Okay. All right.
So
So what's cool about this game is unless it happens later, there doesn't seem to be like a concrete wall you hit. It seems to be pretty good about just being easy. Maybe does it get pretty hard
yeah, when you start getting those hard missions, that's
where you really have to think about the moves you're using?
yeah, for sure. And what you're gonna notice is like as the mobile suits that you're fighting against you start improving, you can one shot those Hyzax, but like you can't one shot, some of the tougher units out there. So it becomes like, well, that's when you want to start considering um beefing up
Okay,
your mobile
so yeah,
suits.
that makes sense. So eventually, once I get a suit I jive with, upgrade that, and then use that to go back and yeah, fight the
Exactly.
tougher ones. That's cool. Okay, new character has been added to the gallery mode characters. Yeah, let's look at that.
Probably a few of them. I think that you probably got Fa and
Emma.
yeah,
Another one.
Emma as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Zionic Shadow, I build Gunpla every day. Yeah. Man, you crank them out because I spent what in the time that it took me to finish the Bound Dock, Zionic Shadow has put out like 2 customs.
Yeah.
um
Oh yeah, Zionic. You probably already saw it, but here's that Red Rider pre-detailing.
yeah.
Thank you very much. I'll get that
So
done.
yeah, Jonathan's asking, can we request a Gundam game to be played on the channel? Well,
Oh,
I
excellent
mean,
idea. Yeah,
yeah,
throw it in
absolutely.
there, Jonathan. Throw it in there. All right, so gallery. And I'm seeing so far 0 out of okay, so for to look at I can't even click on it.
Yeah, so if you go down to points exchange, you can trade in points for.
Ah.
So now here you can buy specific stuff, right? And it doesn't unlock it for you like,
Oh.
but what it does is it unlocks the gallery mode of that mobile suit so that you can view it in the mobile suit viewer and stuff like that.
Because
Um,
really you just unlock it through just gameplay.
yeah.
Okay.
I think there are very few things that you actually unlock in the points exchange. There
And
are a
that's
couple that you do have to unlock in the points exchange, but I'm
it's
not going to spoil
mainly
those.
oh, okay.
Uh,
So it's 54 So out of all these 54, you're unlocking them in the gallery, but they can also be unlocked in game to use.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
54 suits, probably more, or is that it?
Yeah, that definitely more because this is only the AUG suits, isn't it?
Oh yeah,
Or
that's
the
right.
Federation and AUG.
Wait,
Hey,
although it
what's
does
going on,
skip.
Will? Happy Thanksgiving. Yes, this game is amazing. Jonathan is requesting a Gundam F91 for the Super
Oh,
Famicom as there is an English patch.
why? Okay, yeah, let's do that. Is that one a side scroller? I'm gonna have to look that up because I
Yeah, I don't
know
know.
that they did, and I might have played the F91 where it's like, or Victor, I forget which one. That's like a strategy game. You know those
Oh,
old
nice.
ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll have to try it out.
And yes, Barry, I too like to set up my decals in the same fashion as this game. I actually did it on stream once with this Gundam Mark II. I did the Titans decals as they appear in Gundam versus Zeta Gundam.
And it's cool because it seems like the Robot Spirits version coming out has that similar look,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's I might be a convert to the Robot Spirits line
That would
if
be
some of these
awesome.
new ones coming out
That's
are
cool that
as
they have all
cool as
this
they
music.
look.
And I mean, is the idea that you you can then like play what music you want when you're playing the game, or is
No,
it just to listen to?
it's just to listen to.
Back in the day, that was probably well, no, by 2005, I think you could easily get that stuff off the internet.
Yeah, probably so. But it's always so cool, you
It
know.
is. Um, let's see. Oh, mobile armor on stuff we haven't seen yet. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. So a lot of spoilers ahead for some of that stuff, you know. You can unlock the et ceteras.
Yeah, that's cool. Saberfish,
Ooh,
that's a cool one.
the G3 canister that says Danger on the side.
Oh, does it say that on the
I don't think so. I
Oh,
think that's
that's
I
funny.
think it just says G3. Um,
And then characters.
and this is cool because you can listen to the characters like talk. So if you oh well I don't want you to buy them if you're
Well,
saving points, but
should I be saving for something?
uh, maybe I'm just miserly, but I saved my points because I think it's the same points that you use for MS tune-ups. So it's like
Ah, okay.
so there's a
Thank
bit of
you.
that grind aspect to it where it's like you grind for points, you power up your mobile suit to grind some more so that you can buy things in the gallery.
Well, let's look at that real quick. That tune up, and I guess I do it from the mission select or
Yeah,
when I go to the mission just to look
exactly.
at it and see if it's worth. Oh, so
Now
if
when you oh go ahead.
I was gonna say if I'm like upgrading the Mark II, does that then affect whoever is piloting it?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's cool.
So that's where it's like, man, I guess your best bet is to upgrade things like the Nemo so that so that everyone has access to it.
Oh, really? What, are you saying upgrade it so anyone that is piloting it will have the upgraded suit? Is that what you're trying to say? Or
I mean, you can, but I would upgrade the things you want. Don't don't do what I say.
but it seems like it's a pretty straightforward upgrade, right? Where you're just pretty much saying, yeah, make it a level this, a level. Okay.
Exactly. And so it's just a general boost to everything. You know, it's going to have more hit points. It's going to have deal better damage.
And see, that's cool
Um,
because that's not traditional for like an arena fighter. It's like a persistence.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
that's
wait, Barry's saying that it is only the one pilot that gets the upgrade. Well, that's a shame.
hmm. Okay.
And yes, Barry is right that the best way to buy the stuff is through the capsules, um, like the random stuff, because you get, you know,
And where's that at?
so when you're in the points exchange, you can do like it's like that gotcha, the lottery. You end up you can pay like a certain amount and you could get something more valuable than if you were to just buy it outright.
Oh, well, let me look at that.
And Will, yes, I agree that it would be cool if there were just more mobile suits in this game in general. There's a lot, but
So was that in gallery and down at?
So yeah, if you do the points exchange, I
Oh,
think
secret container?
secret container, yeah. So here
Oh,
you see how at the top it's mobile suit, you can
okay. Well, let's do this. I don't mind spending.
see what you get for a random.
Oh, okay. An AU Gelgoog?
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I'll do it again.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Another
Titans
Gogu.
Gelgoog. No, that's cool. Huh. I like how straightforward and simple it is, to be honest. But you're right. This
Yeah.
is very similar to modern mechanics. The whole random.
Yeah, exactly. Except at least here you're not spending actual money. You're
Yeah, that's true. Okay, I like this. It's a very self-contained story, things to unlock, but it's not too convoluted or full of random components, to distract you or whatever. Um,
Yeah, yeah, I agree. Um,
so
and
and I
like
guess
so many game modes. Like
yeah, and I guess arcades just if you just want to fight people in sequence versus maybe that's the multiplayer of
yeah,
Zeta.
you can do multiplayer, you can do just you versus computers, and you can even do computer versus computer if you just want to do simulations. Like
Oh, that's pretty neat. And then have it play the music and all that.
yeah.
Training, which is probably pretty good to learn all the moves.
Yeah, that's always good to I mean I think it's just like a free training. I don't think that there's like a tutorial mode.
Ah, okay. Let's see, because sometimes that could be.
Yeah. So it's just one of those things where you can go in and play with like unlimited health and
Ah, okay. Yeah, that's pretty neat. That's pretty neat that those options are there. Yeah, so did you buy this game when it first came out?
yeah. Yeah, I was so excited. Because I had only just started watching Zeta Gundam at that time. So like I recognized the RX-78 and I was like, "Oh, well this is a Gundam game. Of course I'm going to get it." Because I think the first game that I played was either Journey to Jap well no, it would have been Rise from the Ashes.
Oh,
So I
on
was
Dream.
disappointed that you couldn't play as the RX-78 in Rise from the Ashes.
Yeah, only the Japanese DLC
Yeah.
had that option.
Which,
Um,
like, at that age, I mean, how old were we when that game came out? Like,
yeah, so 99, that was at 99, 2000. It was
that
like,
would've
I
been,
don't know,
like,
I was
12 years old.
16 or something. And yeah, and I wasn't, yeah, that's interesting. So you had played Rise from the Ashes, which it's crazy how, as difficult of a game as it seems to be, it's like very immersive and like neat.
Yeah.
So then playing Gundam versus Zeta Gundam, I would feel like on one hand, it's less immersive, it's different. On the other hand, it's almost like it it has it's schlocky. It's like good in a schlocky way. Or
That's a good way of putting it.
yeah, like it's because it's third person, it's not like you're feeling like you're in a mech, and it's a little quicker with the action and jumping around, and the missions are really quick. Um,
Yeah. It's definitely like a pick up and play, and I mean, oh, man. When I got to college, I brought my PS2 with me, and, like,
oh,
my
cool.
roommates and I would play the hell out of this game, and they didn't know what Gundam was, like,
Oh,
one of my good friends in college used to call it, "Oh, are we gonna play some more Gundam versus Gundam Gundam?" Like
that's pretty good. That's funny because during that time, I remember, yeah, when the Dreamcast was out, and this is yeah, PS2 era too. It's like I remember just always playing games with my friends, but we didn't care what the IP was. It was like whatever. Like I was,
yeah.
I was never into. I mean, I liked racing games. I didn't really care about them too much, but there was that Tokyo Extreme Racer, and on the Dreamcast, and we would just play that forever and just max out our cars and show off our cars.
Yeah.
Even though it'd be
It's
like
so
in the
crazy,
same
like
room, someone come over, "Hey, look at the car. Awesome. I'm gonna play max my car." Like it's different than we play now.
yeah, I one of the things that I regret it has kind of fallen out of favor is couch co-op and like couch
Yeah.
multiplayer games. Like local multiplayer, there's just no substitute for it. I mean, online games are fun and you can get more players, obviously, but there's just something about playing, some split screen Halo
Yeah.
and you're sitting on the couch with someone and you can like elbow them and
Yeah, exactly.
stop screen watching.
Yeah, like it's funny, the stuff that we play here would be like Mario Kart. Um, the
Yeah,
hardest thing to play though is New Super Mario Brothers is pretty hard because you would land on the person or push them. But
yeah,
even though they took that out of Mario Wonder, it still has that issue where someone might be the game is faster than previous ones where a lot of the levels require you to move quickly. So like you could be leaving people behind all the
yeah.
time. It's
Well, and I hate that that's become like a strategy now, like where, oh, well, because this next part's hard, why don't you just go ahead and jump off and then I'll
yeah.
get through it and then you can come back. Like,
There needs to be and I think it's a high risk, but where a game is being developed where okay, people would be on the same screen.
yeah. Well, there's some good examples of that. Like, so
Ultimate
there's like,
Alliance 3
yeah,
on
Ultimate
Switch.
Alliance.
Yeah.
What is it called? Is it Unraveled? The
Oh,
game where you
yeah.
play as Yarn?
Yeah, that okay.
That but it has that mechanic where if there is a difficult part, instead of having one of the character kill themselves and then one player plays through it, you can merge and then have one player play through that part.
Okay, that's pretty smart. That's a
There's
pretty
also a game I think called It Takes Two, where
yeah.
each of the players has like their own mechanic that they can exploit. Stuff like that is so cool.
Yeah, so that stuff has been around. I just feel like I wish it was almost like, you know how they were pushing online multiplayer for games that didn't need it?
Yeah,
But I feel like games could standardize a nice couch, a local mode, like
yeah.
it's just
I Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of different options. I don't think that there's one that's like standardized, and some of it is, you know, like with that Unraveled game, you can't make it so that everyone can merge. Like,
yeah.
could you imagine a couch co-op Gundam game where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have like the Zeta Gundam ride on my Hyakushiki's
Yeah.
back, so like, so some of it's like very
Yeah.
scenario specific, but no, I agree. I think that there should be something.
Yeah, it's very strange how that and I wonder how much of the industry changing changes people's habits. But sometimes it's the habits that change the industry, but it probably sometimes goes both ways.
Yeah, I would agree.
Yeah, that's a shame. Anyway, I think that's it. That was a lot of fun. I'm glad I got to play this game with the
Yeah.
expert of it.
Well, I wouldn't say that. I think that we've got more experts in
Yeah,
chat.
Barry knew his stuff.
Barry, thank you for holding it down.
That's true.
Um,
But no, this is probably a game I could see myself 300%ing. I guess
oh yeah,
just because it is pretty fun, and I don't want to say it's easy, but the means to play it and move through it are a little quicker than some other games. I don't have to
yeah,
like grind, for instance, to
yeah.
like
You can really just pick up and hop into it, knock out a couple of missions, and then you know turn
yeah,
it off. It's not. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. I think that's cool. But anyway, well, thanks everyone for joining. Thankful you're here, and hopefully you're thankful the rest of the day, depending on what you're doing, whether you're having Thanksgiving dinner or not. But yeah, hopefully everyone's doing good. If you're lonely this Thanksgiving, feel free to hit up our Discord, start chatting. That's
yeah,
something to do. There's going to be someone in there talking. So,
absolutely.
but yeah, that's about it. And so, yeah, next week I will be at the Bandai. Actually, you know what? No, now that I think about it, I think I'm flying back Thursday, so we might be able to do a regular Gundam Explain live show, but I will be during yours. But wait, hold on a second. We'll have to talk because I might be able to fit in doing the live right before I meet with them.
Yeah,
We can
yeah.
talk.
Just let me know, and
Yeah.
if not, I don't know. Just keep your phone on, and like
Oh,
we'll sneak some audio.
yeah, that's a good idea. Well,
No,
cool.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. We're
Yeah.
not gonna do that. Do not
Well,
rescind his invitation.
no. Well, no, cool. So yeah, everyone have a good Thanksgiving, good weekend,
Yeah.
and we'll talk later.
Happy Thanksgiving, guys. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.